diving into water and being surrounded by sharks? I think that some people would choose the sharks over the public speaking. I think I would choose both. I like being up here and having the thrill of trying to come up with something off the top of my head. But I also like the thrill of genuine terror and danger. When I was a kid, I always liked the idea of going skydiving or getting a motorcycle or going rock climbing. And I have not done any of those things. But I think if I did have the chance to go swimming with sharks in a cage, even though it is dangerous and slightly terrifying, I think I would take it. Thank you.
Some people fear sharks, while others are fascinated by them. Which side do you stand on? Defend your argument. Toastmaster Josh Perry.
Be fearful of sharks or be fascinated? Well, as someone who's made a career in the commercial real estate industry, I must be very fascinated by them because they swim pretty darn fast and furious. I think a lot of our industries are like this, right? Characterized by people who just want to make money, to make impact, yet find it to be copacetic with their worldly ambitions for good, correct? That's what a shark is. Is a shark really a predator? Are sharks the villains of Shark Week, or are they the protagonists? Think about that for a second. Obviously, if you're swimming off the coast of New Smyrna Beach, you might take one very specific side of that. But if you're just a hungry, poor shark that needs to eat, well, clearly, you're in the right. You've got to feed your family. Let's swim with the sharks, everybody. Let's go.
If you could spend the day with any type of shark, which would it be and why? Toastmaster Chris Eckman. Spend a day with any type of shark, which one would it be and why?
I could spend a day. Well, that's amazing. A whole day with a shark. Because I learned to scuba dive. And when you scuba dive, you only get 30 or 40 minutes because past that, bad bodily functions start happening. So, I was in Australia and we did a scuba diving trip with black-tip sharks and white-tip sharks. To answer your question, which would I hang out with? That is the shark because they are very cool. They are huge, they are powerful, they are awe-inspiring, and harmless. We scuba dived with them in the day, and the top 10 experience of my life, scuba dived with them at night. That was cool, having these huge monsters swimming by you. Now that can be a little scary. Speaking of sharks, this is a great topic for this week. What's also a little scary is when you see the flashing lights in your rear view mirror, right? And thinking on the way here, thank you, a satisfying thing for me was figuring out I could spot undercover police cars just by their hubcaps, because they have these small shiny hubcaps. And on the way here I actually saw one. I was like, ha! And then, just past that, there was another one that did not have the hubcaps. So watch out, there's always something to be afraid of. Thank you.
What's scarier, public speaking or swimming with sharks? Defend your answer. Toastmaster Roy Shears.
Thank you very much. For those of you who have your cell phones, go to the Zoom site. You'll find my picture there as I speak. All my lines lately are falling short, but my wife and I were in one of the islands, I can't remember which, on a cruise, and one of the activities they had was swim with the sharks. And my wife, who was very cautious about things, she said, "I'm not doing it." I said, "Come on, this is harmless, controlled activity. I'm not doing it." She said, "Well, it's very copacetic, you'll enjoy it." So I finally talked her into it. We came up to the window where you rent the equipment. I kid you not, the lady who was renting the equipment had only one leg. And Judy said, "Forget about it." So she stayed on the ship for it. And I got to swim. There were harmless sharks, sand sharks. A lot of fun. Great memory. Thank you.
Describe a perfect beach day. Toastmaster Amy White.
Oh, I'm back here.
Toastmaster Robert Lee.
Robert, perfect beach day. I love going to the beach, except it gets a little hot. If they could combine, sort of, you can go, if the ocean was warm, somewhat warm, and the temperature outside was cooler, then that would be the perfect beach day for me. We go to the beach maybe once a year, not that often. When I grew up, I lived in Wilmington, Delaware. We would go down to Rehoboth Beach, Ocean City, Maryland as well. And we had a great time, and I have fond memories of making sand castles and doing all sorts of things, swimming. I think those were perfect beach days for me.
What would be your first reaction if you encountered a shark in the wild? Toastmaster Meredith Myers.
I'm really sorry about that already.
Toastmaster Karen Schwartz. Toastmaster Diane, oh, sorry.
Good morning, and it was if I encountered a shark.
Yes.
Okay. If I encountered a shark in the wild, I don't know what I would do. I would hope the shark wasn't hungry. It wasn't going to attack me. I can swim, but probably not that fast. Would I try? Yes. I would try to swim away as fast as I could. Sharks are fascinating creatures, but I would never want to encounter one in the wild. I think that would be kind of scary. It would definitely wake me up, that's for sure.
If you could have a shark as a pet, what kind of shark would you choose and how would you take care of it? Toastmaster Margaret.
What type of shark would I choose? I would choose a hammerhead shark. I think they are very entertaining in terms of their appearance. How would I take care of them? Would they eat? I assume they eat other fish, maybe small children, so if my kids are having a bad day, I get a pool that's set up for salt water, and we'll see. But yeah, I voted in 1984. My swim club was choosing a mascot, and it was between dolphins, which every swim team on the planet is nicknamed the Dolphins. The other option was hammerhead sharks. I voted for hammerhead sharks. I lost, and to this day, my home swim club is the Dolphins. Now's my opportunity. I'm taking it. I'm getting that hammerhead shark.
Would you rather explore a coral reef or dive into the deep sea? Why? Toastmaster Marnie McCree.
I would rather do neither. I am petrified of sharks. In Boca Grande one time, I was with my husband and we had our 2 kids. We took my father's boat around and the kids decided they wanted to go to the beach. So they got off the boat and swam to the beach, but the water was really cold. And so they didn't want to swim back to the boat, which meant I needed to get into the water and swim to the beach to be with my young kids. Petrified of sharks, I start swimming in the water and I'm like hyperventilating and I'm going and I'm thinking I'm going to get eaten by a shark. Literally, my kids come walking into the beach and they come into the shallow water and they're like, Mom, you can get up. You're okay. And I got up, made it to the beach, but oh my Lord, it was awful. I thought I was gonna die, so I hate sharks. Thank you so much, and it was not copacetic because I felt like I was going to die.
You're stranded on a deserted island surrounded by shark-infested waters. If you were allowed to bring one item, what would that item be? Toastmaster Marky Perialparatu.
VP. All right.
an island that's surrounded by sharks, and I'm able to bring one item with me, does it have a size restriction? Is there a size restriction? I'll probably bring with me either a seaplane or a boat. But I know that's not the copacetic response that everybody was looking for. I'm really afraid of dying in the water. And I would really like it not be with the shark attack in the mix. So I would leave the island on the boat, and that is my answer.
Sharks have survived for over 400 million years.
Wow.
What's their secret? Toastmaster, Benjamin, or Israel?
I really don't know anything about 400 years back. I can tell you that the first time I heard the word shark was in Chicago. Chicago doesn't have any shark, it's Lake Michigan. But then I learned that these sharks are people that lend money. So if they lent 100, they wanted back 500. So those were the sharks. So, well, that is figurative. That's the word of the day. And this is because they bite and they flee to the sea. And in real life, we sometimes know some of that. Some of those that want to take advantage. And this is the best usage of the word. And, well, shark has a bad connotation. But I heard that in Japan, they just love the wings of the sharks because they are supposed to be aphrodisiac. So, don't go that route.
If you could teleport to any beach in the world right now, where would you go? Toastmaster, Gina, or Zende?
Gina.
I'll try. Well, I don't know if I can answer this question, but so many asked. I have never met a person that loves the ocean as I do. You go to any beach, at any weather, if you see a black spot walking in the water, it's me. And the sharks, one came right on my feet. And my reaction was, oh my God, that's beautiful. And then oh, I think it was a shark, as big as I was. And, but it was, as I don't eat clothes, they don't eat us. They only eat us if we damage their environment. That is the problem. Don't go to the beach wearing lotions, because that damages the ocean floor. Do it before. So, I love sharks. I love all the fish, I love the ocean, let's respect it.
Whenever I'm by the ocean, things always seem to feel copacetic. What ocean animal do you most identify with? Toastmaster, Diane Connors.
Thank you, Madam Toastmasters. My favorite ocean animal is the little sandpipers that just run and dart in and out of the ocean. And they're so copacetic. They just love it and looking for the little crabs. If I had to pick a shark, I would pick a hammerhead shark. They're kind of by the ocean, by the beach, but they're not like the sandpipers. I would pick a hammerhead shark just because Tim loves doing home improvement projects. And we are always missing hammers. So if I had a hammerhead shark, They have the long head, the little eyes out there, and he could just pick that thing up and he could use it on any home improvement project. He set his mind to, his hands to. That would be my gift to you for Christmas.
Would you ever swim in shark-infested waters for $1 million? Toastmaster, Teresa Beck.
Good morning, it's a great day to be grateful. No. I want to do it. No. Thank you. I'd rather have 1 million followers, yes. No, I would not. Why would I? That's suicide. Sorry. If I had $1 million and then versus sharks, I'll figure out a way to learn about the sharks and maybe feed them and pet them like Americans believe, right? However, if I was in Senegal and they give me that option, I'll figure out a way to turn them into chibijin, which is our national meal. It's rice and fish. I'll figure out a way to cut it out and cook it and remove all the bad things. I'm sorry, you can go there, it's okay. Mentally visualize it. Fry it, ooh, but I'll season that thing first of all, and I'll make the best meal ever. Then I'll serve it. Then I'll get more than $1 million because it's going to be so delicious. Everybody's going to want a piece. Thank you.
What's your most memorable beach trip? Toastmaster and guest Richard Welch.
Hey guys. So
Morning.
instantly, I thought of when I was growing up in Salem, Puerto Rico. My father and I would go fishing every weekend. Actually, I have a tattoo on my wrist in his memory. But I remember the one and only time that I've ever had stitches was when I cut my foot on a piece of wood in the parking lot. So it had nothing to do with fishing. I love fishing, but it was actually in the parking lot playing around with no shoes on. So I had a great memory with my family, but not in the hospital when I had my stitches. Thank you.
And that's all the table topics for today. Thank you.
Very good, Brianna, very good.
Everyone qualifies.
Vote for 2 and take a 2-minute break.
Microphone for the. How do I stop this though? Oh, right here.